LRM, two powerhouse teams here in the Gambits Cup. I think they might actually be... Let me actually see here. No, there's actually a lot of good teams here. Reps, LRM, SAS, GT, NB, all very top tier teams. Anyway. So, game number 1 on Heartbreak Ridge. Pike versus... let me think, how should I say his name? I might just say Djem. I think Djem is good. Is that alright? I'm sure some angry Russian person will message me if that's wrong. So, let's go into the game. Reps, of course, being a Russian team from the site reps.ru, I believe. Anyway, looks like game just hosting the map or something. So, on the left side, we do have LRM's Pike. And on the right, as the red Protoss, we have Reps Djem. So, yeah, I think this is... I don't think Djem was played last week. Actually, wait, no, I didn't actually watch the Reps... Or actually, rather, I didn't cast the Reps matchup, but I did look at the lineup and the results. And I don't believe he was played last week, so I don't really know who this is. But if he's leading off for his team, I mean, he's got to be decent. Reps has a pretty strong lineup. So they're not just going to put some random guy in the first match. Meanwhile, yes, I am fixing the colors. Good. So it looks like he's going to do a Forge Fast Expand. Meanwhile, Pike is going to go for an over something. Now, Heartbreak Ridge on PvZ is actually quite interesting. It used to be like one of my favorite matchups / matches to watch until like I watched Remag stream for way too long. For anyone who doesn't know, Remag is like a featured Protoss streamer on Team Liquid, but he plays this matchup every single game. Like 99.9% of the time, if you go to Remag stream, he's playing a PvZ on HBR. And not only that, but he like drags out the games into the end game so that he gets like mass Dark Archons and stuff. So after watching that like 200 times, I'm like, okay, I'm not sure about this anymore. Anyway, that's just me. That's just me being dumb. It was an overpull from Pike. And there is the Forge from Djem. Now let's actually see how he makes this wall. As you can see, the gap here on Heartbreak Ridge is quite wide, and a lot of Protosses have difficulties making a nice wall here. Let's see how Djem does. Meanwhile, he is going to block this hatchery of Pike. Doing some nice dodging, and he is actually going to use a pylon for that. Okay, good. Meanwhile, Sixlings are already on the way. Against an overpull, this kind of pylon block isn't the biggest deal in the world, because then they just spend the extra minerals on the initial Sixlings. Meanwhile, we do have a cannon on the way. And going to take down the pylon, or rather force it to be cancelled, which is fine. How much money does he have? He actually went up to 500 minerals, so that's actually quite good for Djem already. The Nexus is actually going to be built just before the natural hatchery. Interesting. Meanwhile, is this guy gonna get intercepted? Not quite. Surviving with 5 HP. It must have been that, that mineral shield. Meanwhile, it looks like he's just doing like a standard gateway on top of Forge Wall here, not doing anything fancy to compensate for the huge gap here. Or the huge open space as natural. Not really sure what to call this. Meanwhile, taking his gas, looks like the probe is blocked from getting in. Taken down by this Chogeling. And Pike taking his 3 bases. So, pretty standard stuff so far. I mean, Djem doing a very nice block on the natural, so I'd say, you know, probably giving him a very, very slight, very marginal edge. But, you know, nothing crazy. And it looks like he's actually going to build a Cybernetics core as part of the wall. Now, this is a double-edged sword. Basically, obviously, this allows you to make a tighter wall against any kind of Ling attack. But if the Zerg goes for like very fast lurkers, or even just a Hydra Bust, you basically just lose your cybernetics core along with the rest of your stuff here, which obviously wouldn't happen if you built it in your main. So, you know, definitely a bit of a risk there, especially against fast lurkers, because the unit you want against lurkers is dragoons. But then if you lose your cybernetics core, obviously you can't make those, and that will also delay your range as well, which is pretty problematic. Meanwhile, pretty fast gas for Djem. He actually took that on 19, I believe. So let's see what he does with this. Meanwhile, he has built a pylon at the back, just making sure these back minerals are not getting mined out. Very good, very safe. And Pike just getting his lair. No 4 or 5 hatch silliness out of him. Just gonna play it standard. Meanwhile, look at this cute little Ling concave out by the natural. Just gonna make sure no probes slip out. Although I'm wondering, actually, can you actually pylon trick a probe the other way? I know you can jump a probe inside, but can you jump it out? I think you can, but I'm not 100% sure. That'd be quite cute if Djem tried that, because obviously he's not gonna get out the front. And it looks like Stargate actually being made at the natural here, but oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That gas! That gas! Oh, that gas! Oh, that gas! So, that's not optimal. We have a spire, we have a 4th hatch, and we have suboptimal Stargate placement. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Citadel here, 2nd gateway. I mean, I can understand why he made it here. He wanted to be, like, not spotted by an overlord in his main. Which there actually isn't. This overlord actually ran away quite quickly. And oh, he's going after the Dragoon? Nope, not gonna get it. I'm actually just mesmerized by this. Just want to keep looking at this. I'm just giggling. Giggling and giggling. And look at it. See, like, they don't even go back. They just go in a circle. Ah, that's so cute. Look at those cute little probes. So, Corsair's gonna get in here and gonna see nothing out of the ordinary. Like doing the standard, actually, not, well, yeah, pretty standard SimCity. I think you can also build it like on to the right here. That gives you a bit more space to put sunkens, but this seems actually a little bit tighter. Actually, it looks like they actually widened this from the original HBR. I think in the original HBR, this was actually a lot like flatter. So you actually like had to put the building on the side. I'm not 100% sure about that though. Meanwhile, it looks like Pike actually has gone for relatively quick lurkers. Yeah, he actually gone for lurker upgrade first. Looks like he's just gonna go lurker Ling, although he doesn't even have speed yet. He's now getting speed, getting overlord speed as well. I should have said Ling speed. Meanwhile, a robo already. That's actually quite a fast robo. After just 2 gateways, this could be for some kind of sneaky fast DT drop. Along with these Corsairs. Although, how many probes does he actually have on this guy? Does he have like just 4? I think he actually needs 5. Oh no, maybe he has 5? I don't even know. I think he needs 1 more actually to make this fully mining. Anyway, a couple of Scourge, gonna check out this base. Looks like random Scourge is gonna fly around here. Trying to do some snipage. Oh! Now, I don't know if he actually saw all the Corsairs. Whoa! Okay, well now he did. Meanwhile, a lot of Lings running around. Still no speed. Nope, speed is done. Is it done? I assume it's done. The Lings aren't moving, but pretty sure it's done. Some creep colonies being made at the 3rd. More dronies. Looks like he's just going to play defensively. Go a little bit turtle style here. And here come the Corsairs. Now, Corsair play is often very good against Lurker Ling, obviously, because you don't have the Hydra Mass to defend your Overlords. And Scourge really don't cut it against mass Corsairs unless you get a really nice surround. Now, is there +1 air weapons? Okay, there's no +1 air weapons. So, I mean, that's good at least. And oh, sniping a free Corsair there, but Pike gonna take a lot of damage here from these Corsairs while he's making some spores. He's got a couple of spores up, but Overlord speed, is it finished yet? Okay, looks like Overlord speed is now finished, so he's not gonna be in too bad shape, leaving a couple of Hydras here at the natural. Meanwhile, Corsair's gonna jump into the main. Oh, gonna get a couple of Overlords? No, not paying attention. However, where's that DT drop? Oh no, looks like the DTs are actually the third. Uh-oh. Oh man, going after the Hydro Den. Not working there. He actually looks like he got the Spore Colony. I'm sorry I missed that. But Pike's just going to remake that. And making a Spore in his main as well. Meanwhile, Djem is going to try and fly around, snipe some more Overlords, but Pike not going to let that happen. Meanwhile, some Lurkerling running around. The Lurker's probably going to set up contained here on the front, and this is exactly the situation I was talking about at the beginning of the game. The Lurker's taking out the cybernetic score, but there's a DT drop going into the main. I don't know if that Zergling saw it. Now, there's a Spore Colony there, but they will be able to kill that quite quickly, and that's going to mean a lot of trouble for Pike. I mean, he's got only a handful of Hydras. Does he have the Hydra upgrades yet? Looks like he's only just now getting speed, and here go the DTs. They have to snipe the Spore Colony. There they go, sniping the Spore Colony. Pike immediately pulling the drones, but he's probably going to lose his Spire, possibly the pool as well. And there are the Corsairs preventing Overlords from coming in to detect. There's not enough Hydralisks to defend these. The Lurkers are in, but they can't do anything. Oh man, a couple of creep colonies going down. Probably just going to try and make an emergency Spore. Meanwhile, Lurkers at the front doing their thing. Is there an Observer in production? Not yet. Looks like the spawning pool is being targeted. Why are the Corsairs leaving though? Oh man, why are the Corsairs leaving? I don't understand. Oh man, the Corsairs not leaving, so the DTs are going to get taken down before they can kill the spawning pool. But oh, the Corsairs actually finding that Pike didn't actually make this into a Spore. I don't know why he didn't make that into a Spore, but he's going to get a couple more Overlords here. No, it looks like he's just going to get one more Overlord. So not as much damage as I thought he would do. Meanwhile, a fair number of idle probes, adding a bunch of gateways. Oh man, look at the macro though. Djem's money, skyrocketing while he was doing that harass, is focusing way too much on the harass and not macroing at all. Meanwhile, Pike's kept his money nice and low despite having a pretty nice drone count. So I'd say Pike definitely in a decent position here. I mean, Djem's harassing and stuff, but it's not really enough. And he's got to be careful with his shuttle. I thought there were some Scourge around here. Perhaps they all got used against the Corsairs, so yeah, it looks like there's actually no Scourge left. But yep, he's going to lose the cybernetic score. And I'm actually not sure. Yeah, okay, see now he has to, he made another one to get Goon range, so that's going to be a really late Goon range. And he does have an observatory, right? Yeah, he does, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gateways. He's got to be careful not to build Dragoons on the center one. Dragoons will not be able to be spawned from the middle one because it's surrounded by buildings. You'll just get a unit unplaceable message. I don't really know if you actually get refunded when that happens, but anyway. Going for the double forge. I'm not sure how I feel about that on one base. That's a pretty big gas investment. Going for double ups. Meanwhile, Queen's Nest at the third for Pike. And is that a drone? Nope, that's just a Zergling. And looks like, oh, the observers are out. Looks like he's just gonna break this with non-ranged goons. There were only 2 Lurkers there actually, and he saves his initial forge, so he's now got 3 forges. Of course, he's not gonna go for triple upgrades. There's no way he has enough gas for that. But he's gonna move up here and try and secure the third base. He's actually got no gas now, but 900 minerals. Meanwhile, Pike is actually in the reverse situation with a lot of gas and not enough minerals. But it looks like he's planning to take his mineral-only base right here. And a fair number of lings and a lot of Lurkers. Wow, that's a lot of Lurkers being made. Random observer going to check that out. Meanwhile, Hive is on the way. So basically, Lurkerling into Hive tech. Pretty good stuff. He's actually got 3 evolution chambers. They're actually all upgrading. So Pike actually is doing triple upgrades. Djem, of course, with 3 forges, cannot afford to do triple upgrades. He is, however, taking his 3rd base as Pike takes his 4th. But there are a lot of lings moving up here to the north side, and his army is completely out of position here, so those lings, I think, will force a cancel on the space. There's 1 High Templar there, but that's not going to do too much. I mean, he's probably going to get a few lings.